Hi there, my name's Stephen Johnson Photography, and today we have another of the TRG, which is the Trusted Referral Group membership bios. And in the studio today I have Anna, and I'll leave her to tell you a little bit more about herself. So, Anna, can you please state for the record your name, your company's name, and what it is that you do, please?
Sure. So I'm Anna Pearce, and I have a wealth creation company. So I, in a nutshell, help people to have a healthier, happier relationship with money, and I teach people how to create multiple income streams so that they can have a bit of time and money freedom, and ultimately to just have a nicer life and have a bit more money, have a bit more time, and all done in a way that feels really good and feels straightforward and very expansive and fun.
Yes, I mean, we've chatted about this in the past before, but a lot of people know I was in publishing for a long time, and I know that the kind of stuff you teach is just not taught in schools. It's always been a bugbear of mine that they don't teach kids how to balance checkbooks or anything like that. It's just weird. Trigonometry, fine, but money, no. Anna, how long have you been in business?
So I've been 10 years, been going in my property business, and then more recently moving into helping people to create the income streams, and exactly like you said, helping teenagers to receive their financial education to complement their school education.
And what got you into the business in the first place?
Well, I was in a corporate job about 10 years ago and gave everything to it, and just kind of it felt very unfulfilled, and I came across some property training. So I built my portfolio 10 years ago with my now husband, and we were very quickly asked to come back and help to teach other people how to build a portfolio. And so we've been doing that for about 9 years, and then when we had our children, we actually set up our own company helping other people to build their property portfolios, but we've always done lots of additional income streams. And so so in the last kind of few years I've delved more into helping people to have multiple income streams and to really focus on their relationship with money, and just feeling a bit happier, healthier, and putting themselves at the centre of their life and not just being all about work.
And that would all have been a great help to a lot of people who are in the middle of the COVID problem that we're in the middle of at the moment, in case you're watching this in the future. And what got you into the business in the first place, Anna?
Well, I did my property training originally kind of fell into mentoring with regards to property. And then it's just developed from there. I think we've always, property's been the kind of core of our business. By having a portfolio, we have passive income, so it's freed up a lot of time, so therefore I've ended up doing lots of other things with my time, and particularly working, like you said, with the teenagers. I do making money from nothing, doing something you love for teenagers. And due to popular demands, mainly the parents, I'm also now rolling out to adults as well. So I'm going to be running the course for the first time for adults imminently. So it's just, I've kind of just really gone with it. It's something that I do, and people like the fact that we have lots of income streams, particularly during lockdown. It was invaluable. Some income streams completely fell away, and other ones we, ramped up and made a bit more money from. And I think a lot of people who have one income stream potentially lost all their income overnight.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
You've been one of them. And so it really came from people asking, really, the more recent courses that I'm doing. But we've been doing it for quite a long time.
That's great.
Ourselves.
Fascinating. I think I know the answer to this one, but what do you feel is your USP, your unique selling point?
I think I actually think that there's a lot of wealth creation companies that we did our own property training, but it's very much taught in a way that is very, action, take action, do lots of stuff. It's a very kind of aggressive energy. And actually one of the things that I think the action is really important. I think we have to be doing, to be receiving money, getting income streams up and running. There is the action. There's also understanding how we feel about money. And certain limiting beliefs and even our language around money can make a massive impact. So I guess my USP is that I balance the very action energy with also like the mindset and the more feelings, limiting belief side of things as well. So it's a bit more of a holistic approach, I guess.
Holistic approach to money. I like
yes, but for me, it makes it so much more powerful. When I started out, I was very much this action energy, and we did really well for ourselves. But as soon as I started balancing that with a little bit more of the more kind of more like the more being energy, realizing that actually there was some unhealthy patterns that I was holding around money. As soon as I actually gave space to how I felt about it, it exponentially became much more satisfying and actually much more successful. So I think that for me, particularly working with women, it's the same with men as well, but particularly women, they need a little bit more time and space to allow the more kind of feeling feminine energy.
Sure, that's amazing. How long have you been a member of TRG and how does it work for you?
So I joined, I think about a year and a half ago. I joined you have a sister group, or you had a sister group, and then in January this year they actually stopped running because the gentleman who was running it, his circumstances changed. So I was aware that we had the Crawley group, and a couple of the members for the group I was in came there. So I kind of said, can I come?
That's you and Christy.
Me, Christine, Michael. I knew Michael and Pete as well. So I joined. I guess it was about 6 months ago, the Crawley group. But it's been brilliant, and it's kind of been what I've been looking for, because I do like networking, but I've sometimes found them, they're just not quite right for me. A lot of groups, but I came along to the Crawley group, and I think everyone's just very sincere and authentic. Everyone's very much rooting for everyone else. Like there's a real feeling of wanting to share everyone else's bit. Like we want to give referrals, we want to promote everyone, we want to help them on their business. Particularly being in lockdown, it's been hugely invaluable, and the real camaraderie that comes with it I just really like. And I just think that there's a really nice bunch of people who are we're all working on singing from the same hymn sheet.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I love the group. I was in previous networking groups like you were, which didn't work for me, but this one works really nicely, and again I really got on well with the people. This is always a difficult question for someone like you, Anna, but what is your perfect customer?
My perfect customer is really, I think, someone who is looking for something different. I think for me, when I did my corporate job, I loved it at the time, but it just wasn't fulfilling. So I guess someone who's looking to have more time and have a bit of space themselves to understand themselves and to really put themselves first in their life. For me, I want to be creating life where I have a say, and I have a say in what I do with my time, what I do with my money, what activities I'm involved with. And when I was in corporate, I didn't have that. So I guess the perfect client for me is someone who's looking for something different, and who is realizing that there's something missing, and someone who is empowered and is ready to step up and make some changes, and probably a little bit spiritual, because I'm a little bit spiritual.
Why not? Your business obviously covers a broad range of services, but what is your personal favourite?
The teenagers, without a doubt. I've been working with teenagers for quite a while now, and running my Making Money From Nothing, Doing Something You Love course for teenagers. And they are absolutely incredible, and I learn so much from them, and seeing their journey and how they develop is just phenomenal, because really the key of the course the intention of the course is to help these kids to realise that there are lots of different ways to make money. There's lots of different avenues you can choose. You don't have to settle, and you can do a few different ways. You can do some now, some later, but ultimately find a way to make money that feels good and feels expansive and feels nourishing. And I think that so many children, and certainly when I left school, I felt like I had limited options, and I really want these kids to realise there's lots of options, and they just take to it really easily because they just don't have the baggage. So some of these kids have created the most incredible businesses and had the most incredible ideas and concepts, and just everything they're doing just really inspires me. So yeah, definitely working with the teenagers.
Yeah, it's amazing because they're like sponges.
Yeah.
I love working with kids for photography, because they come in and they haven't got anything in their heads, and you can fill it all up. It's so fulfilling.
Yeah.
Now a little bit of personal stuff, if we may, Anna.
Sure.
What's your personal status? Married? Engaged, happy, kids, pets? What's going on?
Definitely happy. No, I'm married to my lovely husband Andrew. So we've been married for 9 years this year, together for 14. We have 2 children, Louise and Thomas, who are 7 and 5, and we have a cat and 2 rabbits. So we spend a lot of time together, like because we have the portfolio. We've been very blessed that since the kids have been born, we've been both.
Because you work together, don't you?
We do. But we have created the business so that our family is the key and the core of our life. So because we have a lot of passive income, we're able to spend a lot of time. So we've both been basically full-time parents since they've been born. So we spend. My sister said the other day, she's like, I don't know anyone who spends as much time together as you guys, but we choose to, and we have our own projects. But ultimately, we do feel like a pretty strong family group.
That's fascinating. I love this question, but tell us a little something about yourself that most people wouldn't know.
So the first thing that came to mind was that I used to do trampolining. I was quite into trampolining when I was a teenager, and I actually took part in like competitions and won like medals and stuff like that. So yeah, it's something that
I do somersaults without flying off the edge.
Yeah, I don't know if I can now, but I used to. My kids can. We have got a trampoline, and I have to say, very often I'll kind of shove them off and have a go. But yeah, that was something that I used to love, and yeah, I really loved, and I don't really do anymore. So maybe one day I'll do more.
What level did you compete to?
Oh, just like, I don't even remember. I was kind of told to go to the competitions and went. It wasn't like high level.
Right.
But yeah, I'm very proud of my little like trophies and
Excellent.
stuff.
No, good for you. Why should someone out there who's looking to learn a bit more about money come to you rather than anyone else?
I think because I walk the walk. I'm teaching what I'm doing, and I'm still on my journey. I'm still very open about the fact that I don't think we're ever done. I think that as we don't learn when we're children, we're done as adults. I'm very much on a journey of self-discovery myself, and so I'm part of the journey myself, and I'm just helping people that are a few steps behind me. It's all part of the collective being more empowered and more awake, and I guess just being part of the solution.
Sure. Just to get something absolutely clear here, you're in no way a financial advisor.
I'm not a financial advisor.
You teach people how to create money, not, I won't say manage money they've already got. That's a part of it, but it's the creation of money in the first place, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's the empowerment, because so many people, and school is school's actually set up to get kids ready for factories. You've got the rows of people and the foreman at the front.
Well, they're set up to get people through exams.
Yeah, it's very, very grateful for the school system, but it's very dated. But the thing is, a lot of kids come out of school not having any idea how to make money, and this generation of children are very entrepreneurial. They've got all social media and they've got all this information at their fingertips, but there's just no education on how to actually create something in a way that feels good and empowering. I think that the next generation are going to be they're going to be so much more interested in business and creative business than we could ever understand. So it's not about financial advice, it's about empowering them to realise they have options, and that the key is them, and that they don't have to settle.
That's brilliant, fascinating. Not sure how you're going to answer this one, it's interesting, but what is the best advice you can give to someone who is maybe coming to you for the first time for some help?
It depends who it is and what they need help with. To be honest, the thing that I like doing is just talking to people and just finding out their journey and what they're trying to change. I guess the best advice is if you were guaranteed to succeed, if money and time were no obstacle, what would you do with your life? Because very often we go, when I have more time, I'll do this. When I have more money, I'll do this. If you take those away, like, what would you actually choose to do with your life if you didn't have to work, if you didn't have to worry about money or time?
Because you don't need to be a millionaire.
No,
I remember someone saying to me once, when I was in business, I was in publishing for 35 years, and someone said, do you want to be a millionaire? I said, no, my ambition is to not have to worry about money.
Yeah.
You don't have to be rich not to worry about money. You just have to have managed what you've got well.
And that's it. It's about having the tools, because we have this with tenants. We don't look for perfect tenants. We look for dream tenants, which are just normal tenants, but we have a good relationship with them, and we have the tools to deal with them, to manage them, and to create a really positive relationship. It's exactly the same thing with money. We all have a relationship with money. Whether you have money or you have no money, you're having a relationship, and it's about having a loving, secure, healthy relationship with money. It's not about how much money you have.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. last question, you don't have to give me the details here. Those will be on a slide that I'll put up after this with Anna's contact details, her email address, her phone number and her website. So if you want any help with this, or anyone in your family, specifically the teenagers, then give Anna a call and she can help you out. So Anna, what is your preferred method of first contact?
So either email or through Facebook.
Perfect,
Yeah.
simple as that. Anna, that is you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Stephen.